Your energetic space that you bring people into, and the space you hold for others, the space you hold for your clients, that is your responsibility to keep that clean and clear energetically. And I was having this conversation with a friend the other day because she went to a session, which was a group session, and she felt like she picked up the energy of one of the other people in this group, and it left her feeling really overwhelmed. It left her feeling like she didn't get much from the session because she was so sensitive that she was picking up on these other things that were going on. She actually felt worse as a result of the session rather than better. I've had this happen to me, and I've had situations that when I brought this up with the facilitator, they've said, oh, it's obviously just something that you're healing, that you're working through, and you know, your body's brought it up to heal. And I was like, no, it's energy that I've picked up from the session. I felt all right before the session, and I now feel worse after. There's clearly something energetically going on. And I know the difference between what is trauma, what is a little bit of discomfort because the body's like, we're leaning into something here, and what is just simply not mine, right? And I had this conversation with another space holder, and they said, oh no, like you just need to set the expectation that everyone can clear themselves. Everyone's an adult and it's their responsibility to clear their own energy. I disagree. Because everyone is at a different level of consciousness. And if you're going to step up to be a leader, to lead a group, then I believe it is your responsibility to keep that space clean and clear, to make sure those people have the best experience with you. It doesn't matter if it's a free session. It doesn't matter if it's a paid session. That does not matter. It is your responsibility to keep that clean and clear. And if you can't keep that clean and clear, then you're either not listening to your body about the type of people that you invite into your space. So one of the things that I do is I have an application process for my in-person retreats. Like, not just anyone can pay and rock up to those. Like, you have to speak to me first. We have to have a conversation first. We have to work out if that space is right for you, because I am incredibly protective of the group, and I will not allow anything in that is not in alignment for the group, okay? And secondly, I kind of see it like a house, right? So if you had a house that was falling down and that house fell on somebody, or, you know, something fell off the wall and hit somebody on the head, that's your responsibility. Like, legally, that would be your responsibility. If you own an Airbnb, legally, it's your responsibility to make sure it's safe and it's got smoke alarms and things like that, right? It's your responsibility to make sure that your space is safe, that you bring people into. It's not people's responsibility not to bring shit to that space, because that happens, right? Shit happens, trauma happens. It is the space holder's responsibility to be super discerning and protective of that space for the highest good of all, including yourself, right? Because what I've also done in the past is gone too far the other way and taken it all on myself, taken it all from everybody else, right? When actually it was more about being discerning about what was allowed in the space to start with, and actually not about transmuting what is brought in, healing what is brought in, clearing what is brought in. It's actually about, okay, we're not going to allow it in the first place. We're going to set up the space energetically in the first place so that as people join, and like, I physically do this. If you want me to teach you how to do this, I can teach you how to do this. I physically do this with Zoom. So I set up the space so that when people join from the waiting room into Zoom, they're energetically cleared before we even start the session. This, I feel, is a responsibility. Do you agree? Let me know in comments.